Young nigga doing numbers. It's a young nigga doing numbers. No, it's a young nigga doing numbers. If you my nigga. Man, nigga, do the numbers.
Hey,
young nigga,
boy KMG, and we are the conversation with Sdeni and Kamo. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today we got a special guest in the conversation. It's my brother from another man. Right?
Molo.
It's not Molo.
Nthoneng
Molo. Good to see you, my brother.
Hey,
are you alright?
I'm not
looking all healthy.
Yeah, as always. We try.
Good to see you, my brother.
Hey,
tell me about you, my man. Where you from? Kemangi, Molo. Where you from?
I'm traveling. Yeah, I in school Mola until Kito Tamoga 2001. But yeah, I traveling.
2001, you came here again for high school or?
High school, yeah. I actually look a little bit older than I am. I am a little bit older than I look, I said. I am a little bit older than I look. How old do you think I am?
2001, high school.
Yes,
2001, I was in crèche.
No, 2001.
Damn. Okay.
So I know what's that? No, only 31.
I'm in my early 30s.
Early 30s.
Yeah.
37, 34, 35.
Yeah, somewhere there.
So, Anthoneng, where's that? Like,
as kukune, afita, na give promo kurta, retlagaya Marble Hall. Then Rafita Ramasemola. Then Rafita Strikrala, Appel, all the way until Fita. Then Kiranchevele.
oh, okay.
Now, tell us, what do you do? What is Molo Health?
Molo Health is a holistic health business that I started after Gisnotwa. In fact, it was the reason why I left my job.
Like
I was inspired. Yeah, I used to do 95 Transnet.
And I saw one of the videos where you were saying what you used to do heavy work there.
Yeah, right.
Okay, but we'll get to there. You were saying
cool. So inspired, like the fact that 2016, Saraka suffered from diabetes.
2015.
2016.
2016.
Right. Yeah. So while I was in there, I began doing the research because I get a negative listing in personal development. So I was already on my path.
Yeah.
So it was a shock because I was, according to Nanegi, eliminate 90% they had little longer to achieve my goals.
Sure.
So when I started suffering from diabetes, it led me to start learning about disease, the cause of disease, and how they're related to what actually happens to our bodies. So that led me to people like Dr. Sebie. That's when I started learning how to heal myself. Then once I started healing myself, I said, okay, clearly somebody needs to tell the people who are about diabetes because that's what I was suffering for.
So that concept was developed after you were diagnosed with diabetes.
Right.
How was life before that?
Yo, Mfeto, I was a motivational speaker, bro. I was on my I was speaking all over Transnet.
Sure.
I was speaking to managers. I was going to schools. I'm still done with my book. It's about motivation, though. It's about paying into papers. Get to publish it sometime this year. I was a motivational speaker, man. I was all about success, because I also pulled myself out of a very negative place. Because I had a lot of things that happened to me that didn't collect a lot of anger. And that disturbed my chain of thought, my feelings, and my projections into the world. So I started to create a lot of chaos in my life because of that. So I get the question Transnet, I didn't like what I did. I didn't like the life I keep producing. So I said, I'm going to fix my life. So I started engaging in personal development. So from the time it's on Transnet from 2013 till 2016, I was working on myself. So that's when I developed the new me, and I crafted a me that I was happy with, and I could see the journey I was on. And the results were just phenomenal. I was flying all over, and yeah.
Then how was your health that time?
I was not conscious.
Yeah, you were not.
Nah.
You would
So he must not judge you now. You'll get there.
I'm not sure. I try to avoid Kishiawa. Now I'm like on top of a mountain.
You must continue drinking Black Label.
I didn't say. I wouldn't condone that. No, I wouldn't condone that. I would say think twice.
But nothing is wrong with Black Label, man.
Guys, you know, that stuff is acidic, you know. Pela, at this point, I understand that food is either acid or alkaline. So anything ailing acid, I identify it as poison.
Yeah.
But then you need
So-
to balance them though.
Yeah, but good acids, the healthy ones, like
okay.
body lemon is right.
Wow.
Right, it's an acid, but it's good for
But
you.
that's
It's
why
alkaline.
Gary, you need to balance them. Alkaline, then there's alkaline in water, right? And then I'll drink water and like them at the same time. Balanced.
I wouldn't condone that.
Yeah. So you
We
were
can take it back to chemistry, and then somehow you'll understand how to condone
no,
that.
guys, alcohol burns the body, you know.
But we
burns
drink
the
water. most of the
look how
time.
bent you are. You must stop drinking.
I was just a millionaire, guys. It's whole thing.
So you say you were not conscious, health conscious
Yeah.
back then before you were diagnosed.
Yeah.
So you'll eat everything and everything. Great. Now tell me one other thing that you also mentioned. You said when you are a student of learning, not an expert. So whatever that you talk about on your page, it's all you
Doing research
and recommending people. But how scientific are some of the things that you would recommend?
What's about the good thing about the way I approaching my health issue was that I found an African man who had an African perspective, and Atoma on Ruta the African way of thinking and being. So I started to apply a lot of logic, because this man, for diabetes, Dr. Sebie, was not a man who went to school
Yeah.
at all, actually, but he figured out logically how to solve matata ilong according to Western medicine or medical science. I solve there. So it was very, very logical how I came to the conclusion of some of these things that I have. It's just basic understanding.
Dr. Sebie Baru get cure for HIV.
That's right. And he proved it in court when they questioned him, because he placed an ad in the newspaper.
Now Nipsey Hussle on Blue Lace 2, he said they killed Dr. Sebie because he's teaching health.
Right.
Are you not scared of that?
Nah, bruh. I'm not
Dr.
scared.
Sebie died.
Yeah, but he lived a long. What's why guys take it with something? Dr. Sebie discovered these things. I think he was in his 30s.
Yeah.
He practiced all the way until his 80s, and this is a man who solved, who was speaking easily and openly about curing AIDS. For 50 or 40 something years he lived. I'm not afraid, man.
You know.
Thank you. If somebody was to come and then do you think you've lived longer to tell the story, to tell your part?
I'll tell you what, I'm happy with who I've become. If this is the story I leave behind, man, I worked hard to become the man that I am. Right? I'm proud of who I am. Just seeing my journey. You wanna who I used to be, how I used to be, all the pain, all the suffering, all the victim mentality that I assumed along the way, all of the things that I developed into, and then seeing how I took all of that negative energy and changed myself and became a positive person who's doing positive things in the world and in my people's lives, in my family, in my friends. I am proud of who I have crafted when I look at myself.
Wow, that's dope. Now let's talk about food. On one of your videos, you said many of us don't even know how an actual tomato look like.
Whoa.
Remember that?
I don't know if I would have said a tomato, but I think I would say many of us don't know what actual food looks like.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Food, yeah.
And I would say that largely because, like I said, acid, alkaline. Until one understand acid or alkaline, then you won't understand whether uja or not. You will think you are eating food when you're eating acids, but those things will make you sick. You see? But if you eat alkaline, then you would know you are eating food. So for now, I break down like that. It's either acid or alkaline. One promote a life, one create a disease in the body. Because acid is chuma male. So the body now goes into fence.
Konje acid coke acid ne.
Right.
Was got la fire.
No guys, but to khalo la coke. Ke khalo tshwabela ka coke. Ke khalo ba tshwabelela about the McDonald's. Ke khalo ba tshwabelela about the food industry. Or no guys, you can't just continue like this.
So are you saying with all those foods from McDonald's and all this coke, they are not healthy for us?
That's a fact.
So are you saying we must not eat burger?
I get one. I get like one. I get issue shit.
Yeah.
Guys, we are addicted to the wrong things. We have grown to love things that are bad for us. We are conditioned from the time to eat things that are bad for us, and they are made to seem normal. So today we don't question things to say, or does this support life when I put it inside of me? We don't think about things that way no more. We just say, as long as it makes me feel good, as long as I enjoy, as long as it tastes good. We have lost touch of what food is supposed to do when it comes into the body. That's the issue.
Yeah, I even heard you say black people forget their relationship with nature.
That is largely a fact.
Man.
What's Sdeni?
But and you know what, the other thing that I also wanna ask, ne, and I think one of your videos,
Right.
and you were like le but I'm just out here chilling, or like if I'm going back to nature, and all those other things, but
Right.
now you come and say or le
Right.
sharp, you understand, like
Yeah. So what do you ring?
yeah, or where must I get it then?
Usually, basically.
Yeah, guys, you know, that's the unfortunate part of this whole process. Truth is, the food industry, it's no longer produced for renorisha batu. It's no longer about the fact that at the end of the day, make sure uja something say don't it has become an industry. So it is more about profit, which means now they do whatever they can to maximize profit, which means they will manipulate food if they have to. So that's why today they genetically modified food. So but try faster ways to produce the so they don't go the natural process anymore. So they avoid that process completely, and in the end what happens? They start genetically modifying stuff. So which is something that looks like what you know, but actually it's not, because I are under the natural conditions that nature had designed for those things to grow up under.
It's like an avocado. It's there in the shops 365 days.
Exactly.
But then it only grows in a certain...
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So what's the solution in that?
Okay, I want to I pay attention to what's happening to our world as well. I don't live in isolation. Today our government is talking about land expropriation without compensation. We need to be conscious enough to be able to understand the same thing that happened in Zimbabwe or any other country where the people felt the need to take back what they feel is theirs. The people you are taking from try to reduce their costs as much as possible, which means shops are gonna close or whatever might close or things might happen. The same thing did in country. Let's just take Zimbabwe as a case study. The same way we need to be conscious of the fact that we might get there with the current political decisions that we're taking. Right. So which means my fellow Lombo Pick and Pay might decide we need to shut down because we throw loser once these people take power. So which means the ability, because I get to Derek Shopon. So now once that man shuts down, now we won't be able to eat no more because the places we go to get food have been shut down because of the political environment.
Okay. How about Pick and Pay closes? When you open your own store, you've been running. You've been running your own supermarket, right?
That's beautiful.
And then you've been the fruits and veggies.
Right.
So what makes you believe, or when Pick and Pay close, you will also close? Don't you think you will gain business?
That's I hear you.
Yes.
I 100%.
So why is it that, don't you think, like lately, black people are allowed to buy shares?
Right.
Pick and Pay can close, but then some black people own shares at Pick and Pay, meaning that Pick and Pay can't just close without we are closing. Someone there who are owning the shares might say, now we'll buy the Pick and Pay, so the Pick and Pay can keep on running. We live in a fourth industrial revolution.
You think these things won't happen?
Do
you think what Pick and Pay guys once we started this political thing? I'm sorry to move away from that point, but there's a reason why I started this political conversation. The same way, but was Zimbabwe, they tried by all means to eliminate issue or economic collapse. They tried to do it in the most logical way possible. Once that was not achieved, drastic measures were taken. I'm just saying we need to plan for the future. We need to understand what can happen. So the same thing in Zimbabwe, we need to plan for it to make sure if automobile circumstances, what you're talking about can be some of the things that are applied.
But that was long time ago when we did not know gore nka kgona go create a juice from cucumber. You understand? I did not know gore you can mix cucumber and lemon and what and you get in lychees and then you'll be healthier. You understand? So now we know. Now as black people who are more educated, we are more woke.
But by not going into food production.
We are.
No, but I'm just saying.
That's
beautiful.
That's
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. We need more of that. What's our real? So that at the end of the day, the solution is that each one of us must get to a place where they can grow their own food. Or as black people, we start putting systems in place to make sure we can grow our own food and protect it. Because the unfortunate thing, once one are genetically modified food, it now means that we're dealing with diseases that are going to be caused by what we eat. So we must control that whole process while avoid our So we must take back the food industry. We must.
Oh, okay. Why do you call it disease?
I just said it, yeah.
For the second time now,
Right.
I'm like, this guy.
So I call it disease because that's all that it is. It's lack of ease inside of the body caused by what we put in. So if we manage what we put into the body, then we are putting ourselves in a situation to not be diseased.
But tell me, are you saying or most of the disease, and I saw, I think one of the status that you also put up, you said, I think it was from Dr. Sebie, where he said all the diseases are the same, they're just given different names.
That's a fact.
Now, and from your side, I think you are focused more on, or most of the disease because whatever that we take, whatever that we eat.
Right.
But like, how about like, because some of the disease, I think they are caused by some of the things that we are exposed to.
Right,
like environmental
Right.
issues. And I mean,
Yes.
the issue of cancers. You get
Right.
people that are working in the mine.
Yes.
There's asbestos, there's
That's right.
asbestosis and all this.
That's
So
right.
it's not necessarily that it's food
Right.
that is contributing
It's
to
the
diseases.
environment.
Even the environment,
Most in some instances.
it contribute. But from your side, you're focusing on, let's deal with this food.
I actually like to look at this is holistically. I think that's my approach generally.
Yeah.
Just because I've come to a place where sometimes
Yeah.
the way you think, only a term by which are hypochondria. Hypochondria is when you obsessively worry about your health without being diagnosed. One so tomorrow something shit.
Dr. Google, I'm sure.
What the diagnosis I have that what Thomas suffer from the conditions because as above, so below. Right? As you think, so shall it be. You will produce the disease. So you literally think yourself into disease. Right?
But I think you got some good collection there. I mean, like if you focus on motivating people as far as what they think, what they put in their mind, and food, that's a dope thing.
I agree.
That's like healing there.
I agree, my brother.
And you call yourself a healer.
I would like to think that I help people heal themselves. You know, at the end of the day, I learned how to heal myself through knowledge.
Yeah.
Somebody exposed me to information. I learned the information, and I learned how to apply it.
Great.
And I healed myself. So now the only thing I do is show the next person how they can heal themselves, what they need to do, what they can do. Because if in the end that means I'm a healer, then great. Right? But my aim is to share with you information that can empower you as an individual so you can heal yourself. Because I can heal you. At the end of the day, I'll share the information, I'll offer the products, I'll watch out the say, let go of it. But who's going to make the decision?
But when you were diagnosed with diabetes, during the process, your healer, was medical involved there?
No,
like,
never.
Really?
Also, you didn't go to like doctors about fatty medication?
I think no. Let me tell you something, man. You know best. More than anyone. If you start feeling somehow, if you try on feel and I don't get you, it doesn't mean you're not sick. You still are.
Yeah.
I just don't understand what's going on with you. So the symptoms of diabetes are known easily, and I was developing them.
I had one of them is low libido.
Low libido. That is why most members suffering from diabetes, ne? Eventually they lose it. Eventually they lose it completely.
So how are you now?
Nah, guys, I'm good. I'm good. I'm mad. The thing is, let me tell you something. It's a good question. It's a valid question. It's a valid question simply because it's a valid question because it's the natural thing that happens when you start developing diabetes. Right? It's a natural thing. Everyone will develop diabetes somewhere along the way or start like a low libido, and then if you don't make a change, inside of your body. You know?
So you fixed it.
Guys, the body is designed to heal itself. But once we stop doing the things that are making the body sick, the body is naturally designed to heal itself. Problem is, guys, we are the ones that bring in the toxicity. We are the ones that are eating the wrong things. We are the ones that are drinking and thinking the wrong thoughts and feeling the wrong feelings at all times. So we are creating disease in our bodies. Wow. But once you eliminate the toxic thoughts, the toxic emotions, and the toxic foods, then you are most likely to return back to normal.
So let's talk about your brand. What is it? Molo
Health.
Molo Health.
Right.
So you only have like 2 flavors of juices. 3 juices, right?
No, guys, actually have a website which you can check out where we have like tons and tons of products.
I saw you can even do the online thingy, like you order online.
Yeah, I encourage people to order online, but sometimes I prefer direct deposits. But anyway.
Like
so how many products do you have there?
Oh my gosh, maybe close to 20. But remember something, now once I decided to go into natural medicine, other young people who produce natural products. So I'm not, those my products on my website are not just my own. I work with other young entrepreneurs who are in the health space or are producing the products in natural.
That's
so my
nice.
aim is to grow with them. Yeah.
So what must we eat basically?
Alkaline food.
Alkaline food.
But
Yeah.
are we not supposed to balance them with acids?
Yeah, but the acids must also still be natural. They should not be hybrids. They should not be chemicals that are made in a lab.
I like one of the things that you said. You said it is almost impossible to say you love the next person if the first person you don't love is yourself. Wait.
God damn. I said that. I said that. Gosh.
You said that, man. I was talking about the fact that you cannot be out here saying you love KMG while you eat McDonald's.
Oh my god. Yeah.
But that's what you meant.
Oh man. Yeah, guys, you know what, man? I feel like I was talking to a friend of mine today, Mokhadi, and we were having a discussion about it. And I said to her, I've come to an understanding of what love really means. And I feel like until you are able to say, I love myself, and really mean it, and mean the way you carry yourself, the way whatever you put inside of you, whatever you do with yourself, like that, whatever you do with your life is an expression of love. Like you're not hurting yourself in any way. Then are you then in a position to be able to give love? Because when you are hurting yourself, you're going to take that hurt and give it to another person. So whether it can be physical, emotional, or psychological, whatever you don't deal with mentally, whatever you don't deal with emotionally, whatever you don't deal with physically, will start affecting you and the people around you.
Wait.
So you really have to come to a place where you like, when I say I love the next person, I do have to know how to love myself. That means I don't harm myself at all. I don't do anything that brings inflammation and pain and negativity and anything that can hurt me inside of me.
But there's a possibility. But there's a possibility that you might say you love yourself,
right,
and not having knowledge of whatever that you are eating is affecting you.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I feel like before I went vegan, before I went plant-based, I thought I was loving myself every single time I was sure I was doing something good to myself. I'm being honest with you.
Imagine.
Sorry.
What are this guy for you or une black devil usenam?
Oh.
You don't love yourself.
Guys, wait. What if it's causing you pain?
Yeah?
What if it's causing you pain?
Black label is bringing you joy.
Exactly. You must see me. You must see me when I drink it. I'm so happy.
To each their own. Listen, this is my view. I'm not imposing myself on other people. This is just what I have come to an understanding of. Even I still struggle with myself because I'm not perfect. So there are areas in my life that I'm working on.
Yeah.
Right? So your area could be health. You could be what you are eating.
Yeah.
But you might have the other areas of your life pretty good. Yeah.
You know, I would say if you intentionally and you know that this is not good, but you still continue eating it.
Yeah. Then you're not loving yourself.
Then you're not loving yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why, Nane, I feel like it's powerful that I share this information with other people, because if you know, then you cannot come around and say, but I didn't know. No, comrade, you knew.
now, currently, I still don't know if, but I love myself when I drink Black Label, and I love it.
Una yona ke. Ke rich aunt.
Hey, ke rich aunt.
Hey, rich aunt.
I don't want to know Facebook a post about rich aunt.
Oh, Black label we chela ka mogare ga lebetlela champagne.
Legit. The next time I'm gonna clap with taste,
Yeah.
maybe I say champagne.
So this you call it the what?
Genetically modified organisms or food. I wouldn't know if I should call them food, because anyway. But
Were you talking about them when you said how can it be called food if the creator did not create it?
Let's talk about that potato. How do
Yeah,
you
the
call
potato.
it a food if it doesn't have a what? A seed.
Right.
I mean, potato. Apparently, potato ba rena le seeds, guys. Did you know?
Like we jwala jwang.
Uzwala yona.
O jala yona ke re grey body this. No wonder ge bola dai body sha mazambana ka
Wayibona,
fa.
yeah. And it almost mehlashanyana emingwe so snacks. Ndimara ke yang ga botsiyana yena.
What if it?
I said, like,
what if somebody bela le jeo?
Guys, I swanela go jewa. Society ya rena create dilo tse leng gore ra swanela go di ja, but today di normalize it. Ke na ntse ke ratang go e bolela.
Yeah.
O ne dilo tse ding tse le gore di wrong. Tse leng gore di normalize it, right?
Oh, by the way, in the beginning of this video, you said you don't eat eggs.
Yeah, I don't. Used to,
Why?
but I don't. Because you know, too much cholesterol. I get guys ke level what's one not like go dirala nne. Nna ne ke suffer from a lot of back pain, baba.
Yeah.
Inflammation they call it. Inflammation no got so much about it cause again. We don't realize that a lot of the fat that we eat, meat, milk, cheese, fats like fat.
But when not the back pain, wasn't it because you were doing physical work?
Right. I like that question.
Yeah.
So the fact that I used to work there contributed, but inflammation. Remember, so more filam pain is the weakest part of the body. So for Nane, because
Yeah.
it was then easy for pain to develop in that area because
Yeah.
it was already damaged. So disease or inflammation or the weakest part of the body. That's why I'm cancer, for example. The body tries to find the weakest part of the body at deposit that. You see? So all of that fat deposit. Yeah, more.
But what about the cons? So makochana o kosa ke.
So over dry. Makochani go over dry mos mna ga.
Ke ra mo maoto.
Makochani gutse ba kono ba sa tlole motho. Makochani se over dry again. Go over dry. Ba tsona ga ne ke.
Okay, yeah. So why is it that Rija Acha Rekhamakwa?
I suppose the oil jail or
So which oil should we eat there?
Olive oil.
olive oil is sharp, coconut is sharp, grape seed is sharp. Sunflower. Sunflower guys, Leona either research right.
What's and when you wrote this status, Luena, you actually said you never thought you'll ask this question. But I'm gonna ask you, should human beings eat corn?
Sweet corn. Oh.
Sweet corn or corn in
Corn.
general.
Mafila. But come on, I'm like,
No, bro. Like, Lynn, now
What
up
do
fate
you
to this stuff
mean?
blew the lid off my head. Serious. Talking about something.
this guy will.
Lynn, none, guys. Didn't tabby some of these things. So get to discover.
How did?
No, not anymore.
I
Guys, Margie posted some pictures and videos about a lot of history about corn and where it comes from and how it was engineered.
It was probably discovered by a white person.
It was created by them. 90% matata rena when it comes to dijo because again.
Hello, why go because my fellow. I mean, like, where do we get maize? Like,
yeah, guys, some things have been normalized, but they are wrong. Just because they've been normalized doesn't mean they are right.
okay, what should we eat? Water?
So, is a natural grain. It's a natural grain to South Africa or to Southern Africa.
Yes.
So, king to long or naturally, but we've moved away from to Jobu. And Jobu show was introduced. Like all along the region, we know. So at some point we introduce it, and I can tell you, I think it must be somewhere between the 80s and 90s or 70s, somewhere in between. Somewhere the black family knows that no, the Bashila Mabele. Hey, happy Hopola go Shachalena, Shila Mabele. Kimabele, guys. Mabele go on a rich and a rich history in the black community.
But then Mabele Simafil.
No, Afapa, Mabele, Kama Brown, Mabele.
Asama yellow.
Oh, Mabele,
guys, man, Sogam, man, come on.
Okay, what the fuck?
Balateri, Langor. But I get a but South Africa. I was at the body Jotare. The Mala was my baby. I said, my baby. Lango, this Galantola.
So, Mafila, they're not good.
No, just all studies history. I'm not going to realize or no, this thing I was in it. If you say something like overseas,
yeah.
Then somebody never pala in the lab.
Then seafood.
The poor follow Jaga meeting. You know what the poor follow almost which one. They have the same amount of fat, if not more in some instances. Today, maybe the guys looking at lemush or something, especially about Tovananga or just seafood and suddenly but there is something better. One I need to be between the fish farm. Okay?
Yeah.
This is what they do.
Tell them the OG's back with the boom pop rap shit that pick your brain. A trap nigga, I'm flexing. I'm too germane. I'll put the game in the casket. I'll stay true to my name. My reputation insane. I got